Hello world, it's James. 2 days until I go to Turkey. Today I want to follow on from the last video that I made that was about the history of my hair loss, and I wrapped it up at a point where I was going to talk to you about the medications. So I thought today I'd talk to you about some of the treatments, medications and vitamins that I've been on to try and help slow down my hair loss. So the first one that I relied on quite heavily and maybe for too long was the Alpecin caffeine shampoo. Good points about Alpecin caffeine shampoo. It makes your head tingle. It felt quite nice, and that's about it really. I didn't see any improvements in my hair. Not really even worth mentioning, to be honest. But then I think that's because hair loss is affected by DHT, and if you have a DHT buildup on your scalp, then trying to stimulate the follicles to grow is like hoping that a flower will grow through a paving slab. Maybe I started at the wrong end with using Alpecin, but I definitely used Alpecin caffeine shampoo for maybe 6 to 8 months and hoped that it would do something, but it didn't do anything of the sorts. Rogaine, or minoxidil as you might know it. So I used minoxidil for around about 6 to 8 months. I think I noticed an improvement. I think my hair definitely got thicker, but it just wasn't effective enough for me to consider it a total winner. I didn't use one of these while I was using it. So there's probably one of the reasons why the absorption wasn't very good. All in all, I just found it a really messy product. Rogaine comes in these little foam cans and you have to apply it in the morning and in the evening, and it was just really inconvenient for me to actually do that. It didn't really fit in with my styling routines in the morning, and I would just end up with wet Rogaine hair. I would always forget the Rogaine can in the evening, so I wouldn't apply it in the evening, and if I was stopping at my girlfriend's at the time, I would generally just completely forget to bring it with me. So it was really inconvenient and messy. I pretty much just use this thing for my face now instead. I've got blemishes on my cheeks, so I generally just use this for my cheeks. But I have used it on the top of my head as well, just to make sure that everything stays thick on top and doesn't turn like the front. So we'll see what happens maybe in a future video with this one. Now, the product that I would probably sing the praises of the most is one that's readily available on the market, and it's called finasteride, also known as Propecia. It's essentially just a tablet that you take once a day. It's a DHT blocker. It blocks dihydrotestosterone and it stops it from building up in your scalp, which is what stops the follicles from growing. It comes in this box with the little pills inside the little pill popper things. I found finasteride to be far easier to incorporate into my daily life, and the fact that I could also just chuck a pack into my bag meant that I didn't forget it when I was stopping over at somebody else's house, and I was always able to take the tablet. Between 2018 and 2019, I was actually able to take some before and after photos, bearing in mind that I had just finished a course of minoxidil in March or April time of 2018, and I started using finasteride from that point onwards. This is a kind of combined result of using minoxidil, Rogaine and Propecia or finasteride, whichever one you want to call it. And so as you can see, the results might not be staggering or amazing, but you can definitely see that there's some improved growth on the hair. Compared to the image taken in January 18, the front of my hair has really thinned out to the point where there's some really obvious bald spots. And you can see that in the image from March 2019 that I tried to replicate as best as I could the original. There's been some real improvement in the thickness of the hair on the front and also in filling in those bald patches as well. I think the important thing to take from this is that Propecia finasteride isn't going to work miracles overnight. They do say that it's going to take around 12 months to really work its way into your system and start effectively blocking the DHT. And looking at the two photos side by side, I can kind of see that there has been some result from using this medication, but I don't necessarily feel that it's the results that I want from the time that I've spent taking the medication. People have also been very scared of the side effects of using finasteride. Personally, I haven't experienced any side effects. The erectile dysfunction side effect, I haven't had any erectile dysfunction, depression when using Propecia and finasteride. Personally, I think there's many variables that can result in depression, and to brandish one pill with that direct outcome I think is a very bold statement to make, but it's just my personal opinion. I'm no medical professional. The only side effect that I probably would report is that I have gained extremely greasy skin. I used to have very dry skin, but after taking finasteride, I've started to develop really greasy skin. I can take the tablet in the morning and within half an hour or so, I have like a shiny film all over my face. I do find that I'm just incredibly greasy after taking the tablet. I'm not sure if that's a reported side effect of using finasteride, but that's something that I find I generally get once I've taken the tablet. And then alongside some of the medications that I've tried out through the last couple of years, I've also been taking some vitamins and supplements to help try and reduce the level of hair loss that I've experienced. The first one is biotin, and biotin's just an all-round good supplement to have for healthy skin, healthy nails, and healthy hair. So I figured, why not? Two of the supplements that I've recently been taking as well, saw palmetto and also pumpkin seed extract. There's research available on both of these supplements that say that they actually interfere with testosterone receptors and therefore could be used to help fight hair loss or even reduce the effects of hair loss. So I decided to take those supplements as well, and I have been now for maybe about 2 months or so. All in all, I would love to say that there was a medication, a supplement out there that could immediately alleviate your hair loss. Maybe there will be in the future, and there has been some very recent developments within this field that might just allow that to happen very shortly. But for now, the results that I've received from taking these medications and using these supplements isn't satisfactory for me, which is the reason why I've decided to go forwards with the hair transplant to replace my front hairline. If any of you guys have used the same products that I've spoken about in this video, then I'd love to hear from you just to see how they worked for you. I'd love to see some results if you have them. I'm more than happy to talk about anything that I've talked about within this video. If you did want to pop me a message, then feel free to do so. I've decided to start making this content because I'd just like to be very open about the types of medication that I've used for my hair loss, and also to be very open about how I'm going to combat that hair loss by going through with the procedure. So if anybody has any questions at all, either about the procedure, about the medications or the vitamins and supplements that I've been using, or even just a general question, then feel free to shout out, leave a comment, like and subscribe. I'll get back in touch with you. So for now, I'm going to make some of the final preparations, pack my bags and get ready for Turkey. I did receive my deposit confirmation the other day, so I might make a quick video before I do take my departure. But for now, I've got some packing to do. So thanks for watching, guys. I'll speak with you soon.